So Fibby is on week 2-ish. I think we're like some days off, either ahead or behind. But this week we are working on our sit, our heel, our place, and our recall. So the last thing for us to introduce next week is going to be the down. She's still pretty new at a lot of this stuff, but we're just developing it to more advanced stages. So like the place stay is more distracting, farther distance. The sit stay has been introduced, it's farther distance. The heel, we're adding in more distance. And the recall is completely new, I believe, for this week. We've started e-collar conditioning. She's doing really good with the e-collar. So that's actually included in this video as well. This video is just us working on place. We've been doing some functional place sessions too. Like if I'm cooking, I'll usually have her out on place, just hanging out while there's food going around. She loves food, as we can see. So that's a pretty big temptation for her to come off while I'm cooking, but she's been doing really good. She absolutely is a little training monster. You can see her face when I leave. She's like, "Where are you going? Bring back the food." She's doing super good with everything. This place session went really well. My main goal was upping the distraction, so I was trying to move around a lot more than I have been, walking around behind the camera and things like that. So here we are introducing the e-collar to the recall. So first I just started with some recalls. There's a lot of cuts here because you don't really want to wait for her to go get distracted. So I cut out the parts of the video where I'm waiting for her to go get distracted by something. But pretty much I'm calling her name and then I'm lowering her into the heel position so that she'll have a nice flip to finish on the recall. And you'll see in the latest clip coming up, you'll see how that pans out to look really nice for her. I'm going to start adding in the e-collar here soon. I'm just using the lowest level. So right now she's working really well on level 1 low. So that's pretty much what we're sticking with. This session was the first time she went off leash with the recall. So we're purely using the e-collar here and she's doing really good. You can see she's pretty comfortable with it. Her tail's still wagging, her body's loose, so she's handling it very well. Some of the sits and stuff were a little farther out than how I would like them to be, but we're kind of focused on the recall here and less about the sit position, so we can fix that later. I'm just now noticing the giant bruise on my leg in this video. I've been working on catching leg dogs for my protection sport stuff, so I've been getting a lot of leg bites, so just ignore that. So this is our latest session. So we're starting with some heel, just moving around in the yard. We're still just working off of her kibble. She definitely takes a minute to warm up in training. So you'll notice like the beginning versus like kind of the end of this video. You can see she's like a little bit more flat here in the beginning, and then she kind of realizes, oh wait, I really do like this, and then starts perking up. We're now using the e-collar in the heel, so you'll see I'm not really correcting her with the leash at all. I'm just tapping that level 1 low button until she's back in the position. So she's handling it like a champ. She's doing really good with this. She's also starting to develop a automatic sit. So when we stop walking, she just immediately goes into that sit without me asking. So I'm making sure to reward that. I'm giving her a lot of jackpots too. So there she just got into the heel position and I just jackpotted that. That's where I just mark yes and I do a big reward moving backwards. Just to give her a little bit of a gambling addiction. It helps make the training even more exciting. One issue we're having right now is she wants to be a foot warmer. So you'll see there when I called her into heel, she sat on my feet. I'm not super concerned with it. It's just something we're going to have to work through. It's not a, oh, she doesn't know where she's going issue as much as I think it's what can I get away with. Because you'll notice in that clip, she came into the heel, sat on my feet, and when I told her that wasn't the right answer, she tried to like kind of jump on me. She's just being a little bit of a bratty puppy there, so I'm really not concerned. Here, this is I think our longest sit stay outside so far. Most of our sit stays right now are happening at entrances and exits, so before we go in and out of the back door. And also before we go in and out of the gate, because my yard is not connected to my back door. Additionally, in good news, this should hopefully be the last update video from this yard. I'll be moving next week to a house that's backyard is connected to the door, so we'll be getting a nice big upgrade there. So now we're doing some off-leash healing. You can see she's a little bit laggy with the off-leash heel. That'll speed up over time. We haven't done too much off-lead healing yet, but we're going to continue working on it because I know one of our goals is to have her off-leash a lot. So we're working on that, but it really is just the same as the leash, so she's going to pick up pretty quickly. I'm just using that e-collar to kind of tap, tap, tap when she's out of position. When she gets back in, e-collar stops, and good things happen. So she did really good this week, and I'm really excited to see next week. She's such a fun little dog.